for more on this. I'm joined by our European Affairs editor, Armen Georgian. So, Armen, first of all, who is Fiona Scott Morton and why is she prompting this kind of reaction?
Well, she's a very seasoned economist and, as you said, a professor at Yale. She's previously been a consultant to some of the big tech giants such as Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft. These are the very companies that the EU is trying to regulate. So that's one main reason why this appointment has raised a lot of eyebrows in the European Union, Monty. The person who appointed her is the EU Antitrust Commissioner, Margrethe Vestager, who's due to go up in front of a European Parliament committee later this afternoon to address some of the concerns this possible conflict of interest, as it's been described. We're hearing that there could be a compromise whereby Fiona Scott Morton is excluded from the most sensitive files relating to those tech giants that I mentioned for 2 years. We'll have to see this afternoon if that's concerned. But I think more broadly, MEPs are going to want to know, for example, why is it that when the EU is a regulatory superpower, how come the EU can't find someone who's qualified enough in the EU itself? Why has it gone to an American economist? That's clearly going to be one of the questions that comes up.
It's been mostly French politicians speaking out against Fiona Scott Morton's appointment. Are the concerns more widespread than that?
They are a bit more widespread. I mean, I mentioned the European Parliament. If you look at the heads of the political groups in the European Parliament, they have asked for questions and expressed concerns. So it's not simply France versus the rest, but it's true that the French elite has been particularly up in arms against this, and a very rare moment where the kind of sparring factions across the French political spectrum have, in a sense, come together to oppose this appointment. Is there some kind of latent Gaullist anti-Americanism at play here in France? Well, possibly on some parts of the French political spectrum, Monty, but I think above all, the big concern for the French government is that this appointment goes against what French President Emmanuel Macron is calling European strategic autonomy. That's a concept that he's really trying to promote. That's essentially European independence from friendly powers such as the US, as well as from rival powers such as China. So that is they will see this appointment as being certainly naive at best. So that's for the French government side. It's worth noting, though, that 39 European economists have actually praised the appointment of Fiona Scott Morton, and that includes some very senior French economists who are downplaying this conflict of interest idea, and they're actually saying we Europeans are lucky to have someone of her caliber in that job.
Okay, European Affairs editor Armen Georgian. Armen, thanks so much for that.
Thank you.